Hello Dearborn Heights residents. Today is September 11th, marks the 20th anniversary of 9/11 attack on our nation. It was that nation that we'll never forget what happened to us. Many of us knew exactly where they were on 9/11. When we saw the horrifying clouds of smoke and ash as we watched the horror of World Trade Center collapse and also the Pentagon. At the time I was at work, I was sitting at my desk watching in horror, seeing what's happening to our nation. Nobody knew what was happening. When we were dismissed from work, I went home and I packed my bags because I knew it was a matter of time when I was going to get called up to military service. I hardly had time to comprehend what happened to us. I was called up to duty the next day on September 12th with the Marine Corps. That day, nearly 3,000 people from 90 nations lost their lives at the hands of the evil terrorists. We watched those who were able running out of the building and running down the streets in chaos. We also watched our first responders, firefighters, running in to save people's lives in the buildings. Many of them lost their lives while they're trying to save others when the two buildings collapsed. At the time, the events of 9/11 brought our country together. Our sense of patriotism was renewed. We hugged each other a little tighter. We stood together a little taller as Americans. On this most somber anniversaries, it is important to remember the souls that we lost and the families who continue to live without these images now 20 years later. Let us also remember that we are first and foremost are Americans. Proud, resilient, hardworking, compassionate, and patriotic Americans. God bless the victims and their families. God bless our military, our first responders, and God bless Dearborn Heights, and God bless America. And here we have our Chief Brogan. We chatted earlier about where he was during 9/11, so I'd like to ask Chief Brogan exactly where he was on 9/11.
Yeah, Mayor, like so many people, I remember exactly where I was when all this started. My brother-in-law, who's a firefighter in Northfield Township, he called me to let me know what was going on. And I was at home with my wife at the time, and we turned on the TV, and the first tower had been hit. They were trying to make sense of what was going on, and we were trying to understand, was this done on purpose? Was this just a terrible accident? And as we're watching, figuring those things out, we see the second plane hit the building. And that's just the feeling of uncertainty and confusion, and the realization that this wasn't a mistake, that we're actually under attack, and it's a sustained attack, that things are still happening to us, and something we had never gone through before. At least I had never experienced anything like that before. And there was just so many different emotions, and like so many of my brothers and sisters in the fire department, we all just get gathered at the station. We didn't know where else to go. We didn't know what to do. And we all showed up at the station, and we were just looking for a job, looking for some way that we could help out. That came over the next few days is when we found a way to channel all of, it wasn't just the feelings that we were having, but the entire community. And I've spoken so many times about the pride of working in the city of Dearborn Heights. The next day we came out with boots and we started collecting money because we wanted to get money to the New York, the firefighters, the city. We wanted to help out any way we could. 343 firefighters died when those buildings came down. And so we came out and we had boots and we were just collecting money. We wanted to send money to New York to help out in any way that we could. And we ended up collecting over the course of less than a week over $200,000. And it was just an astounding time where our community just came together, and the bonds that we all felt with one another, and that patriotism like you were talking about. And it was love for country, but it was love for our neighbors as well. And people were just stopping their cars and coming across traffic to put money into our boots, and no one was stopping and honking at get out of the way, worried about all the silly things that we tend to fight over. It was just all a strong sense of community where we all wanted to take care of one another. And it was I would never want to go through September 11th again, but those days and those weeks and months following that was some incredible times for our country, and it was something to be very proud of for this community and in the fire department and the fire service in general all across America.
Thank you, Chief. And for everyone, if you could please take a moment of silence for respect for our first responders, the military, and the victims of 9/11. So please let us pause.